Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it seems like Range Trooper is not getting enough love. Range Trooper came out, and the next day, Yoda and his rework came out, and it seems like all the attention has been focused on him. But I've been getting a lot of questions about Range Trooper, and more specifically, in the Sith Raid. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Range Trooper and his viability in Phase 2, as well as Phase 4 of the Sith Raid. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have Phase 2 down to a science. It's one of the easier phases of the Sith Raid, but I'm happy to report, it looks like Range Trooper with Imperial Troopers, they are quite viable in Phase 4 of the Sith Raid. I'm just showing a quick snippet of DB Official 125. They made a very concise and educational video, so if you want to go check it out for the strategy, links down below in the video description, and leave a comment saying that you're a friend of Arnold and you were told he was here. Yeah. And since he made such a great video on Phase 4, I'm mainly just going to focus on Phase 2 of the Sith Raid and show you Range Trooper with a Veers lead as well as a Gar Saxon lead towards the end, because a lot of people are having fun of Gar Saxon and you want to see if he works in that Gar Saxonator lineup that I showed a while ago. So let's just get into it and talk about this team. So far with me testing out Range Trooper in both of these lineups, I'm getting about 2% damage, which was pretty typical before Range Trooper came out. But the good thing is you don't need Death Trooper to put out some good damage in the Sith Triumvirate Raid and Imperial Trooper squad. You can leave your Death Trooper in Phase 3, and Range Trooper was kind of designed to be a good replacement for Death Trooper in a full Imperial Trooper team because of all the bonuses he's giving. He grants all this extra assist abilities for the team. He's a very solid character, and he has some pretty decent damage output, and the most important thing that I'm enjoying is his retribution he gives and the sustainability with the protection up and the protection regen that he's granting as well. So now we're in battle right now, and the main thing to be careful of, not be careful of, be aware of when you're using abilities with other Imperial Troopers, point at the target you want to hit because you might call an assist. Let's see if we get an assist. Right there. Prime example. Normally you won't get an attack without Range Trooper, but because Range Trooper is there, Imperial Troopers have a chance to call others to assist. So here we go. We want to take out Sith Assassin as fast as possible. There we go. Beautiful. Now, I probably don't have to worry about aiming at Sith Assassin because she's going to get wiped out by a Snow Trooper AoE. So let's work on this Sith Marauder right here. There we go. And now we have this AoE. We should be able to wipe out Sith Assassin, and there we go. No bonus attack right there, but this should finish the job. There we go. Beautiful. I have so much fun when Range Trooper is calling all these assists. Now, I'm not going to take out Sith Marauder just yet because I want to leave him there because Sion's going to get a revive here. But that retribution from Range Trooper, it's going to be really nice for that AoE in a second. Let's call it Taunt. All right. Don't use the AoE on Snow Trooper just yet. Let's keep that guy hanging for a moment. All right, come on. And another thing to keep in mind, you always want buffs on Range Trooper. Very easy to do because of the fact that Imperial Troopers, they spread buffs like wildfire, but every time he has a buff on him, he's doing 30% more damage on his basic when he's buffed. So very good. Here we go. This is so cool to watch. Watch this. Oh, come on, and there we go. So satisfying, so much fun. Let's get rid of that taunt right here. And we got a bonus attack. And since we took out Sith Marauder, the reason why I left him there because I wanted to knock him out so I can get a bunch of turn meter and get all the train stuff going the Imperials have. There we go. 24,000 on the basic. No bonus attack right there. And there we go. Oh, 32,000 damage, ladies and gentlemen. AoE time. All right, and come on, can we get an assist? No assist. How about then? Oh, here's another thing to keep in mind. Soothe, when you use that also could trigger an Imperial Trooper assist. Let's see if we can get any assist here. No assist there. Let's see. Can we get us finish him off? Finish him off. Let's look at the turn meter. All right, let's knock out Sith Marauder. Here we go. Get some retribution going. Ooh, that's so good. So good. And one thing you got to also keep in mind for a successful run is being able to control pain. Make sure you control pain. I try to make sure there's no pain on Short Trooper as well as Veers right here. I'm losing track of all the names. So many troopers to keep track of. All right, let's see. Let's call everyone to assist. Beautiful. Excellent. Now we're going to start cleansing these pains a little bit. The suffering, I don't want our Short Trooper to get knocked out of battle too quickly here. Let's see. We got 2. Let's just do that. But as you're seeing, we're getting some assists when we're using the soothe ability. So even though you had to maybe take a turn to soothe the character, it's not a complete waste of a turn. You have a 50% chance to call another Imperial Trooper ally to assist. So you're getting something out of it sometimes. So it's not a complete waste of time. There we go. There we go. Snow Trooper doing some work. So this does all right. And I mean, I know some of you guys might not be overly impressed because Imperial Troopers, you were able to do 2 million damage before, or I'm sorry, 2% before. So it's nothing game breaking, but I'm guessing maybe with some fine tuning on the mods and whatnot, you might be able to churn out some more damage. But it's a fun team, and it's great to see they do well without having Death Trooper on the team. All right, let's save. We don't need the suit just yet. Let's keep hammering down on Sion. And one thing I noticed, sometimes it looks like Range Trooper can sometimes time his retribution just right before Sion does his AoE. We didn't get it this time, but sometimes it's great. Here we go. This right here is such a great ability. And as we'll see in the Gar Saxon lineup, we're going to take out Shore Trooper and put in Snow Trooper and Gar Saxon. And we still do well, even without Shore Trooper to constantly taunt and heal. We're still doing, we're doing well on the sustainability side for Range Trooper and all the other guys because of the protection that Range Trooper is given. All right, very good, very good. Let's cleanse that right there. As you see, we got an assist right there, even though it was just a soothe ability. Okay. We should get a couple of attacks right here. Very good. So we're getting close to our 1%, and we still have 10 more turns until we get until we get to enrage. Let's buff it up. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna let the rest of the gameplay go through. I'm gonna cut out the commentary, and then we'll kind of wrap up once we kind of get towards the end of the battle. So I'll get back with you guys in a few more moments here. That's gonna wrap up our general Veers battle right there. Probably the one that most people were interested in. Again, as I said, we've already kind of expected 2% out of Imperial Troopers before, so this is nothing out of this world. But without Death Trooper and the fact that Range Trooper adds a lot of fun to it, it's great to see that you're having a lot of fun and at the same time doing some decent damage. But let's move on to the other lineup I'm gonna try. I'm gonna switch accounts, go to a whole different account, and then now we're gonna try out Range Trooper with Gar Saxon and just kind of show you how that's looking like. So for the last battle, this is mostly just going to be for fun. Gar Saxon lead with Range Trooper, Veers, Stark, and Snow Trooper. I'm not sure if I can completely fully recommend doing a Gar Saxon lead over Veers lead, but it does have its benefits. At least now you're pretty much getting counterattack all the time between the retribution from Range Trooper and the leadership from Gar Saxon. And even though you're sacrificing Shore Trooper, we're still getting some health regeneration out of the Gar Saxon lead because every time we're using a basic, we're also recovering 5% health. So take note of the health. Sion has 97.56, so the goal is to at least do 2% damage, but as we're going to see in this battle, it's going to be kind of hard to get this to do enough damage for us because Gar Saxon doesn't really promote damage output as much. So here we go. And luckily, and then one thing I also noticed, the cool thing about Range Trooper is it seems like because of the fact his unique gives him a lot of additional tenacity when he's buffed up, it's great to see that he can actually wave off debuffs quite easily. As you saw, we got the wave off the the days earlier on from the Sith Marauder. And the other unfortunate thing is that Gar Saxon is not an Imperial Trooper. It would be great to see Gar Saxon as well as Imperial Super Commander to be an Imperial Trooper. So he's not going to call assist, unlike the other troopers right there. So there we go. We saw a lot of counterattacks, and when someone counterattacks, Gar Saxon gets a bunch of bonus turns right there. All right, let's take care of some of this pain that we have here. Let's get rid of the taunt. All right, now we got to take care of this other Sith Marauder. There we go. We need Snow Trooper on this team. He just has the damage output. Here we go. Almost done here. Can we get rid of... There we go. He got some backup from Snow Trooper right there. And we should get a couple counters right here. There we go. See, Gar Saxon isn't the craziest damage dealer out there, so don't expect too much, but those little hits add up over time. Let's get rid of some of that pain. So let's just go. I'm going to get out of here, and then we'll get back towards the end and wrap up and see how this did. That's gonna wrap up our Gar Saxon attempt. As we see here, without Veers being the lead and without Shore Trooper, we probably got about 500,000 less damage with Gar Saxon as a leader. Again, this was mainly just for fun because I know a lot of you guys wanted to see a Range Trooper with Gar Saxon. Definitely cool, but if you want to get the most damage output, you probably want to put Veers in the lead and not use Gar Saxon. But that's gonna wrap it up today, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you did enjoy the video. I typically don't do these type of raid videos because the raid is very monotonous for people, not very fun for a lot of people out there. So that's why I don't make too much content. But a lot of you guys really wanted to see Range Trooper in the Sith Raid. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. And if you did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave me a like. Let me know down below what are your thoughts of this whole shenanigan thing that I showed in today's video. And be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And as always...